The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild already looks to be Game of the Year material when it releases in 2017 for the Wii U and the Nintendo NX. And at E3 this year, I was able to get my hands on the demo, and I gotta tell you guys, it blew me away. But I mean, I'm not the only one who's saying this. There's a lot of people on the internet who got the chance to play this game are saying the same thing. In the demo, Nintendo just dropped you in the world of Hyrule and just told you to went nuts. Go, explore, see what you can do in the time that they gave you. 20 minutes to be exact. Even though the Great Plateau, which is the area they dropped you in, was only a small offering of what the entire game could offer you in 2017, 20 minutes was nowhere near enough to explore all of what the game could offer at the time. I was able to play the demo 3 times, yet I wasn't able to uncover all the secrets that the Great Plateau offered. Even still, I had some great experience on what I was able to tinker with the Breath of the Wild demo. And I want to give you 5 of my favorite experiences that I've had with the Breath of the Wild demo to give you a glimpse of what you'll be tackling when the game comes out. Trust me guys, you're in for a hilarious good time. So let's get into it with number 5. In this massive demo, you're able to find items almost anywhere you can look. And, you know, in the Zelda games, you would think that you get important items from beating a dungeon, or completing a certain side quest, or going to a certain part of the story. Yet, in Breath of the Wild, they throw all that out of the window. You can go and find in the most random places the most powerful of items. I was able to find soldier bows, which are the most powerful form of the bow in the demo, and I was able to find a fire rod in the middle of nowhere, which is pretty crazy. While exploring the Great Plateau, I was also able to find fire arrows, ice arrows, and even bomb arrows in the most random of spots, usually where there's a lot of enemies building up a camp or whatnot. This game is about surviving, and you're gonna have to have a lot of items on you in order to go and brave this new world. And Nintendo made that clear in a very big way, saying that, hey, you can find these items, but remember, they're very limited. You're gonna have to go out and look for more when you're out. That's one of the biggest surprises I've had in the demo, expecting to find something like, oh, some arrows or a couple of bombs, or nothing too big in a treasure chest that I just found in the middle of nowhere. Yet, you can find some badass items like a brand new sword or even a big ass club. This game definitely rewards exploration in a big way. There's no telling what you can find in the most random of spots, so make sure you look at every nook and cranny once you get your hands on the game. As great as the Great Plateau is, you know, we all had an unyielding nerve in order to go out and explore what's beyond the plateau. And Nintendo did give us a glimpse when playing the demo. As the name suggests, the Great Plateau is a Great Plateau, an overarching piece of land that eclipses the grander scope of Hyrule. And you can see it in the demo, the big, massive world that awaits you. However, a very interesting and intelligent way to keep you in the demo space is that you don't have the paraglider. The paraglider is the item that replaced the sailcloth what we saw in previous videos. This is the only item that can get you down from the Great Plateau safely, because I mean, you could jump over the cliff of the Great Plateau onto lower land. The thing is, you won't survive. No matter how many hearts you get from cooking or how bold you think you are, you're gonna end up dying if you jump over the Great Plateau. I thought this was a hilarious and great way to keep players on the Great Plateau, limited them in a very intelligent way instead of just putting up an invisible wall. So if you guys get your hands on the demo before the game releases, just know you have to stay on the Great Plateau, and you will meet a very unfortunate end if you try to go anywhere else. And trust me, 20 minutes ain't enough in order to get the paraglider, so explore and enjoy while you can. Breath of the Wild literally takes the term 1,000 ways to die a bit too seriously, because there are so many ways you can meet your end in this game. I can't wait to see Master of Hyrule's compilation once the game comes out. You guys think I'm kidding, really. You can die of hypothermia, of course you can die from fall damage, you can die the old-fashioned way by getting a beatdown from various monsters. However, there are some very interesting ways how I've died in the demo, and I've seen others die in the demo. The ways that I died were pretty messed up, but I still had a good laugh out of it. One way was when I found the fire rod amongst a bunch of dead grass, and like an idiot, I was like, let me see what this thing could do. So I decided to shoot a bunch of fireballs, and because of that, a bunch of the dead grass around me started catching fire. And like an idiot, I'm like, it's no big deal, it's a controlled flame. And then a gust of wind happened. Because of that, all the dead grass around me started to catch fire, and I was nearly able to escape for my life, even though my fire rod and my bow and my shield all burned up. I was pretty low on hearts, so I was looking around for some food or anything I can cook with. And then I ran to a Bokoblin camp, and that was it for me. And there was also the time where I decided to jump into freezing water thinking it was going to be no big deal. I died instantly. And here's another interesting way I saw someone die. Since this game incorporates ragdoll physics, the guy next to me in the kiosk was playing with Link and he got knocked back by a very strong enemy. Thinking this game was like any other Zelda game, Link was going to get back up after taking a strong hit, right? Well, he was near a cliff. And since this game does incorporate ragdoll physics, Link's limp body ended up rolling off the cliff to meet his end. And then he saw those big red words reading game over on his screen. So, future Zelda players, be careful. You can die from almost anything. Anything. Honestly, I'm a sucker for bullet time gameplay, and what we've seen from the Game Awards footage, bullet time was going to be a big factor in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And once I learned that Flurry Rush was a thing in this game, I would try as much as I can to activate it in order to give my enemies a beatdown. Flurry Rush activates in a very similar way to that of No More Heroes and Bayonetta. So if you guys are familiar with that, I'm pretty sure you get Flurry Rush down in no time. And what's really interesting about Flurry Rush is that not only you can combine your weapon strikes, but if you want to, you can jump off a ledge with your bow and slow down time and shoot a flurry of arrows at unsuspecting enemies. And there has been certain instances and where you can combine the two. I'm very interested to see where Flurry Rush goes in the final product. So until then, eat your heart out, Witch Time. Hands down, my favorite part of the demo and my favorite part of Breath of the Wild so far is how intelligent the physics engine is in this game. Probably the most intelligent I've seen in the video game. Conflagration is a huge deal in this game. Almost anything that is wooden can catch fire and spread very quickly if the environment allows it to. As I said earlier, be careful with all that dead grass or live grass and those gusts of wind when you're dealing with fire. Speaking of gusts of wind, the weather in this game is no joke. You can actually get hit by a lightning strike if you have too many metal items on you during a storm. And hey, if you think all that hellfire is going to consume you, you better pray for a rainy day because that can actually save you in your hour of need. When you combine the weather, conflagration, ragdoll physics, and everything we can expect to see in Breath of the Wild, you have a very intelligent game that can kick your ass very easily if you're not careful. But hey, as a Zelda fan, I'm up for the challenge. And hey, anything that can help me get my enemies killed without me doing anything is always welcome. So there you have it, my top 5 favorite experiences from the gameplay of Breath of the Wild that I've had so far. And this is only a glimpse of what the full game can offer us in 2017. So you know I'm hella excited to see what we can do in the world of Hyrule. As always guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit like, share, favorite, and most importantly subscribe to HMK for more Breath of the Wild content. I'll try to get you one out almost every day. So until the next video, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.